Well, what's up, guys?
Hey,
On.
And welcome to the Nothing But Controversy Super Bowl special.
woo!
Listen, we were talking right before we started filming. I didn't even notice this, but oh my god, Shayner's beard is gone.
Oh my God, what the fuck?
It's true, eh? Holy
Dawson, we were literally filming Bird Flock today, and you didn't even
Was it
notice.
gone during that?
It was definitely gone.
Damn, what the fuck?
man.
Shayner, I can't believe it's gone, man. That was one of the best beards I'd ever seen.
That was a wicked looking beard.
Listen, it might make a comeback. You never know.
He's
That
gonna
was
come
like
back from
7
Florida. He's gonna have a full bush there.
That was a 7th-month process, so don't get too attached to it right now. But
And I know Matt wants us to mention it, but Matt's grown out the flow.
Yeah, it's the first time this hair has been this long ever, and I know it doesn't even look that long, but this is long for me. But yeah, I'll see you in 3-4 months when this thing gets a little longer.
4 months.
We'll see. I'm gonna grow it at least to the summer. That's what I'm gonna, yeah. I'm trying to get the Craig
fine.
Campbell going.
I was gonna
oh,
say the
man.
Craigie Campbell COVID cut.
The Craggy Bear.
The Craigie Campbell
Anyways.
COVID cut.
Enough with that. It's the Super Bowl special. Super Bowl's this Sunday. We are filming. This is what, Monday. So if we say something today and then something happens during the week, don't
Fuck
hold us
you.
against it. Yeah, fuck you. Honestly, fuck you. But yeah, we've got a banger of an episode. We're gonna, of course, have the Super Bowl prediction. We're gonna start with that. Then we're gonna go into our question of the week. We have, yes, a Super Bowl edition NBC draft. We got top 5 and our lock of the week in terms of betting. I'm very excited. Let's start off with our Super Bowl final prediction. Does anyone remember what their Super Bowl prediction was at the start of the year? Does anyone remember what it was? I remember mine. Mine was I had the Bills beating the Packers.
I think I had the same thing.
I think I
I
had
had
the
the
Bills
Bills
there.
beating the Bucks.
Yeah, I had the Bills and someone else, I believe.
I definitely had Bills too.
I think so.
Okay, so we all
I don't know. I, mean, I
So we all kind of fucking suck at this.
We
forget.
suck.
I mean, in hindsight, like picking the Bills wasn't that bad, but me picking the Packers, that's
I think I also picked the Packers.
that's tough.
Yeah.
But anyways, we got the Chiefs, we got the Eagles. I'd say the consensus 2 best teams in the NFL. We're gonna get a great game. And before we get into it, I just want to remind everyone that NBC hosts most probably the greatest Super Bowl challenge of all time. All you got to do is hit the link in our bio, go answer 50 questions correctly, and you will win a whole bunch of money. Last year, the pot went over 500. Last year, the pot went over 500. Right now, I think it's at 200 after one day.
We're going over 1,000.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think
that
so.
would be amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, literally, it's questions that anyone can answer. You know, like how don't say we have an unfair advantage because we don't know if it's going to be heads or tails, the coin toss. We don't know what color Greg Olson's tie is going to be. You know, we don't know what's going to be the first song that Rihanna sings. You know, it's questions like that.
And we'll send out all our answers before, we actually, so we're not
Absolutely.
cheating.
Of course. But would we ever really cheat you? I mean, listen, Shayner's probably going to win it anyways. So maybe it's not the greatest idea to enter, but, Shane's going to take your money and you're going to have a good time anyways.
I'm pretty
But,
sure I finished like last year.
I finished 3rd last year.
I think my dad finished second.
Your dad finished 2nd, Ashton finished 1st, and I was 3rd, tied with Mr. Liam Fahey, who won it the previous year, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have a great time doing that. I think you should enter. It really makes watching the Super Bowl a whole lot more fun. But let's get into our prediction. I'm just going to get straight to it. I'm taking the Chiefs. I said it last week. You're going to give me plus money to bet on Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to take that all day. Not that I don't like the Eagles. Love me some Jalen Hurts. Love me some Devontae Smith. I don't know, man. I'm just I find it hard. I say it so many times on this podcast, but I find it hard betting against Patrick Mahomes on this podcast. So I'm going to go 28-27 Chiefs. I'm going to bet that game to go over the 50.5.
That seems low.
But yeah, I mean, 50.5 might seem low, but you got the Eagles defense, which has been phenomenal this year. you never know. It could end up being one of these like 21-17 games, something like that. But I'm going to go 28-27 Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes gets his second Super Bowl and clinches his Hall of Fame resume if it isn't already clinched already.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and flip your script. I know in our challenge and what we said at the beginning of the playoffs, I had the Chiefs taking it, but I really like the Eagles, man. I really like their defense. I really like Jalen Hurts, and then they have two great receivers too. And that's my biggest concern for the Chiefs is going to be just who's actually, other than Travis Kelce, but like who's out there healthy catching the ball from Patrick Mahomes. And like we saw in the AFC Championship, Mahomes can get it done with like me as his wide receiver one. But no, I just think the Eagles are healthier at this time. I think they've been probably consensus the best team in the NFL, definitely the best team in the NFC all season. So I just think they get it done, man. I really think they get it done just because the Chiefs seem a bit banged up for me. So I'm going to go, I didn't think of a score here, but I'm going to go 31-28 Eagles.
Yeah, obviously I've been flipping and flopping on who I think is going to win the Super Bowl as well, similar to Dawson. And I'm pretty sure last time we were on the podcast, I did say it was going to be the Chiefs. But again, I'm in the same boat as Dawson here. I like the Eagles. I think they're going to win this game. The big thing I like too is the under in this game, considering the defense they have and the offense they have. They run the ball more than anybody else in the league does. They'll put together long drives, and if their defense can get stops, which I know is hard to do against Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and all those other guys, but if they do that, I could see this being not a low scoring game, a lower scoring game, because I still think at the end of the day it's Patrick Mahomes. So I'm gonna go with the Eagles winning 27-20. Yeah, I just think their defense gets it done, and the offense, is I think is good enough to beat up. Is good enough to score, a couple touchdowns on that Chiefs defense.
And listen, if you were thinking there's a little bit of controversy around our Super Bowl challenge, I'll tell you what, the first person to get their picks in was Liam Barkley Schubert. I mean, this guy saw the link, clicked it, answered those 50 questions as fast as he possibly could, and
that's the key when it comes to this challenge, man. Don't overthink it, just get it done, and who knows, you might come out on top.
I actually DM'd Greg Olson's wife asking her to lay out a blue tie for him.
I got the Chiefs. I've been saying the Chiefs the whole playoff, so might as well run with them. Look, I don't know if I'm just looking too far into this one, but Andy Reid, since he's left the Eagles, hasn't lost to the Eagles. He's 3-0. Just something I said last week that obviously didn't turn out true because Nick Sirianni beat Kyle Shanahan. But once again, Nick Sirianni hasn't been here before. A lot of his guys haven't been here before. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, the core of this group has been here before. Andy Reid's been here multiple times. He's won one, lost two, I think. It just lines up perfectly for Andy Reid to kind of win here, and he's getting up there in age, and maybe I'm throwing this out there, but maybe this could be his last game if he wins this one. I feel like that's only something that was probably discussed in the locker room with the Chiefs. So that could be something that they're playing for. And to me, like you, Dawson, you said they're banged up, but like you said, Patrick Mahomes can get it done with anybody, man. The speed, I see the corners of the Eagles, they're very good corners, but they're not speed guys, and the Chiefs are built around speed, so they might have a field day going deep ball all game. The only problem is if they get into a game where they have to run the ball, I don't really necessarily think that Isaiah Pacheco could put up 120 yards if he has to against this defense. So that might be the only problem they run into. But, the Chiefs have to find a way to get to Jalen Hurts. And I think they finally figure out a way to be the only team this year to get to him with my boy Frank Clark out there. I got to shout him out every Super Bowl, but Frank Clark, Chris Jones, George Karlaftis, they're coming in ready to go. So I'm excited to see if that defense can finally get to Jalen Hurts.
All right. The boys are split.
Throwing out the Andy Reid retirement threw me for a loop.
I I also want to propose something about the Super Bowl challenge. I say we have a little competition between the four of us. I say the loser, the winner out of the four of us picks the wardrobe of the loser for the next episode.
Fair enough.
I feel like that's our usual bet. And I'd love to see Dawson wearing some Saints gear. I would love it.
I'm all for it.
All right.
No, I'm not
Let's
gonna
go
be.
into our question of the week. Listen, before we get ahead of ourselves, all these things are Super Bowl related. So for the question of the week, I said if you chose the Eagles to win, pick a Chief and vice versa. But who on the other team do you think needs to be the X factor for them to win? Okay, pick a player who you think needs to have a huge game for the other team to be able to win. Listen, I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. Like I said, it's going to be a 1-point game. But I think obviously you're going to need guys like AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert, but think about receiver 2 on the Eagles, Devontae Smith. That's my boy. I was looking at his stats today, and that guy had a sneaky good year, man. A sneaky good year. 95 catches, 1,200 yards, 1196, and 7 tutties.
That's it.
That's about as good as it gets for a receiver 2.
That's better than.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Like if it wasn't for AJ Brown, Devontae Smith would be the number 1 receiver on this team. And you look at the Eagles, man, they have some weapons, bro. Some weapons. So
Could have gone on a limb and say that he's not putting up those stats if AJ Brown's not lining up next to him.
Well, I'm saying he's probably the receiver 1 of the team, though.
It probably is not putting up 1,000 yards.
You think if he's the number 1 receiver, he's not.
If he's the number 1, he's not putting up 1,200 yards.
I don't know.
Think about how much AJ Brown opens up for him.
Yeah. Not put up 1,000 though.
Also, Goddard missed how much in the year?
But not put up 1,000?
He's not putting up 1,200.
I don't know.
Anyways,
you got to compensate. Like, he'll get more targets, right? Like,
you just have to assume he's playing number 1 corners.
yeah, no, 100%. How much did AJ Brown go for? Do we know?
Like 1,400, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
anyways, Devontae Smith, that's my pick.
Mine's really simple. Patrick Mahomes. If Patrick Mahomes, he doesn't need to be like if Patrick Mahomes comes in and is Patrick Mahomes and is incredibly elite and takes over the game, I think the Chiefs will absolutely win. I just don't know, man. I don't know how the ankle's going to be. I don't know if he's going to be 100% or close to 100%. But if he comes in and he is fully healthy and just takes over the game, they're going to win. But I'm putting my money on the Eagles just because I don't know any of that right now.
Yeah, that's a good one. My X factor, Shane touched on it before when he was talking about this Chiefs defense. I didn't pick a singular Chief. If I have to, I will. But I just went with their front 7. If they can slow the Eagles' run game, which has been the NFL's best, and pressure Jalen Hurts on passing downs, that could definitely lead them to a Super Bowl victory, and maybe they won't have to rely so heavily on a crazy performance from Patrick Mahomes. So if their defense can get it done, like that has to be the X factor for them. I think going into the Super Bowl and going against this great offense they're going to face.
Yeah, I picked a similar approach to you, OBS. I took the Eagles D-line. Right now, if you look on the betting sites, the over-under for D-line for their sacks is 2.5. I think they easily have to fly over. I think they probably will fly over, but I think they have to probably sit there around like 5 and get a shit ton of pressures on Patrick Mahomes, because if they don't, if he's sitting back there all day, doesn't matter who he has a receiver, they're going to find a way to get open. He's going to find a way to get the ball to them, even if he has half an inch of room to get it to them. That's just how he is. So I know the Eagles have the most sacks in whatever the last 7 years or whatever the stat is, but they got to find a way to stay consistent with it and get to him pretty much at least once a drive. Not sack him, but at least get a hurry or a pressure on him at least once a drive.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to watch too, because I know a lot of teams or a lot of people would be concerned about Patrick Mahomes scrambling. That's probably when he does some of his best work. But with that ankle, who knows? Maybe that's something you want him to do. So it's gonna
Yeah,
be
to me, for this, a guy, singular guy, if you want me to throw out a guy, I think for this to happen, Hassan Reddick kind of has to be sitting there at the end of the game in the Super Bowl MVP conversation for them to probably win this game because he put up probably so many hurries, so many sacks, so many pressures on Patrick Mahomes.
I like all those answers.
Me too. Me too. But yeah, I mean, let's get right into everyone's favorite segment. We've all been waiting for this, and that's the NBC draft.
The
Jesus.
NBC what?
I just had a spaz attack.
The NBC.
Anyways,
Oh,
yeah.
my goodness.
So let me share my screen here. Let's see who's gonna get the 4th overall pick. Here we go.
I'm just gonna go out here and say that there's a few lines that say Shaner Dawson, or there's one line that says Shaner Dawson.
Oh,
Good.
that's not good.
Okay, if
We
we get
picked
if
together.
it lands on that, we have to kiss.
Okay, I mean,
All right, so I get the 4th pick. Lovely for me. I haven't yet to get the first pick.
Me too.
I have yet to not get top 2. I think I've gotten 2 once. The rest has been
I
one.
think I got one once.
Oh baby,
Here it is, Shane.
the streak is
Shaner
over.
gets the 3rd pick. And now this spin is for the 1st overall pick. And if it's Shane or Dawson, it'll be Dawson.
And we get to kiss.
And
Yeah.
you guys get this.
See you in El Pro.
Looks like Liam is going to get the 1st pick.
The
Let's
fact that we
go.
didn't even have to sweat the Shaner Dawson makes me upset.
Right?
All righty. And with that being said, in our all things Super Bowl draft, could be players, could be
A play.
plays, could be a game, could be food, could be something you've done on a Super Bowl. Anything Super Bowl, here we go. Liam's are on the clock.
Well, this guy is my consensus number one. I don't
Son
think
of a bitch.
he's really gonna be on everyone else's list, but he should be. And if he's not, you should get it checked. And that's the Nothing But Controversy Super Bowl challenge going
Oh my, the GOAT right there.
Go
You
on.
like
on. If you
Steal of the
wasn't on your
fucking.
list, you were sleeping. Yeah, nothing really has to be said about him.
Fuck, dude.
consensus number 1 in my opinion.
Where do I go from here?
Ugh.
So all things Super Bowl draft. It's tough, right? There's a lot of ways you can go here. Do I want to
There's so many.
see Peyton
things.
Manning win a Super Bowl as my number 1? Yeah. But is that going to be the fan favorite? No. I'm going with a fan favorite and an obvious personal favorite of mine. I'm going with the chicken wing.
A great choice.
Great pick.
That's a pick right there.
Did you know? I think it was I was looking up at some Super Bowl stuff just to make this list, and I saw a crazy stat on chicken wings in the U.S. Apparently, 1.4 billion wings were eaten on Super Bowl Sunday last year.
Dude, 1.4
Jeez.
billion wings sounds crazy. That is,
But it's really not.
dude, no. That's 700 million chickens.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Why do you know that?
I just divided it by 2.
Yeah. Come on,
I honestly
Shane.
didn't even hear the number.
Come on,
LBS said.
Shane.
I didn't even hear the number LBS said. To be honest with you.
Honestly, I'm probably wrong though. I think you divide it by 4.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, because they
'cause you
each
got
have a
the-
drum and a flat. It's 350 million chickens.
There you
That's
go.
a
Y'all are
lot.
chirping me. Fuck you. He got it
Okay,
wrong.
you were saying-
All right, Shaner.
At 3, we got our guy. We got our guy. The guy I would have taken at 1. The guy I would have taken at 4. Doesn't matter. If he was there, I was taking him. When you think Super Bowls, you think the greatest player of all time. He's got 7. I'm taking Tom Brady.
That was going to be my pick, and I'm very upset because I have absolutely no idea what to do now. Great pick, Shaner. Absolute steal at 3. Dawson, can't believe you didn't take Tom Brady.
I'd rather
What-
have wings than Tom. Would
I
you
would
rather have
rather-
wings or watch Tom Brady in another Super Bowl?
I just
I'd
think
rather
if
have
you think
wings,
about,
but
I
yeah.
think if you think about a Super Bowl, you're just never going to go Super Bowl Sunday without thinking about Tom Brady because, you know, he's got the
And
most.
they're probably never going to have another Super Bowl where they don't bring him up 8,000 times during the game.
That's right.
It's
All
like
right.
watching a Colts game. Every single Colts game. Did you know they haven't had the same starting quarterback since 2015? Every fucking game. Every game. Anyways.
Here I am with picks 4 and 5, and I think I got 2 steals, but it's just okay. So it's not a steal, but it's more like value. You know what I mean? Like these are great fucking picks for 4 and 5. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Super Bowl 51, which was the 28-3 game. We got
I
to
don't know
witness
if that's the
history,
first round
man. I mean,
pick.
that's just that's got to be the greatest Super Bowl of all time. It has to be. I mean,
I
if
think
anyone's
that's
gonna
right.
argue with me on that, it was the greatest second half performance by a player you ever seen in your life. That's a great play. And then, sorry, it's a great game. And then I'm gonna go with number 5, our first play, and that's gonna be the David Tyree helmet catch.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's the greatest play in Super Bowl history. Correct me if I'm wrong. I couldn't think of any other better play. Had to be there. And it was great to see the Patriots get perfect season get ruined because of that too.
Yeah, fuck them. Shaner.
I'm devastated.
That was a spiteful pick, bro.
That one, yeah,
That was
because I took
taken
Brady.
just because Shader's next, you know?
Yeah, literally. Dude, he saw my name. He's like, he's gonna take it.
Well, no, I mean that's the best play of all time. I got the best play on my team.
I'll trade you every single one of my next picks for that pick.
That's what a first round pick's for.
Like I was so locked in on picking that, I have to regroup right now. All right, we're gonna go food here.
Great call.
Trainers are locking in the second food option on the board here.
I feel a reach coming.
We're gonna go ahead. We are gonna snag nachos
Okay, great pick.
with our second round pick.
Man, I thought you were gonna go pigs in a blanket, and I was gonna
What
give
am I,
it to you.
Matt?
Dude, I love pigs in the blanket.
They are not the 6th best Super Bowl thing ever.
You're right. You're right.
All
I
right.
wouldn't have hated it.
I mean, given the podcast that we're on and the type of boys that we are, I'm gonna go here and consider this a steal at the 7th pick. I'm gonna go ahead and take crafting a Super Bowl parlay.
Oh,
That's
I
a
like
great
that.
Super Bowl thing.
I think so too.
Okay, wait. I have betting on my board. Does that eliminate it?
Fuck yeah, it does.
Okay,
Does-
so I'll just write betting then.
Yeah. Okay. Because that was gonna be my next pick too.
Yeah,
Really
yeah.
threw me in the dumps there. Considering that's how I actually my first ever bet was on a I think anytime Patrick Mahomes rushing touchdown in the Super Bowl and it hit.
That's
Which was
fucking
great.
degen.
Wasn't it the first
Literally.
touchdown of the game?
Oh yeah, I might have been the
Oh,
first.
it
touchdown.
was, yeah.
It was against the.
I
it
had
was
no
against the
idea what I
Niners.
was doing. Yeah.
It was against the Niners.
Yeah, fucking hit, which is crazy. Anyways, wow, okay, so that's off my board. Okay, I have to go with all right, I'm gonna go with, obviously I have two plays that are huge. Obviously, it makes sense. I'm just gonna take the Malcolm Butler interception against the Seahawks in Super Bowl 49, I believe. Just seal them victory. Made a great play on the ball. I don't care what anyone says. I genuinely thought it wasn't a terrible play call. Obviously, you probably want to run the ball, but he actually made a great play on that. So
I'd agree with that.
You're up again.
You're up again, buddy.
perfect. I'll just take my other play then, and that's going to be Julian Edelman's catch in the drive to, I believe, tie the game against the Falcons. If it wasn't for David Tyree's catch, I think that catch would be the best Super Bowl catch of all time. Maybe not of all. Actually, no, that's a lie. I have another catch that I like a lot, but it's up there, and it was huge for them to win the game, obviously. So
Liam, honestly, I think you snagged the second and third best plays, in my opinion.
I have just one other one that I think is up there, but we'll see. Maybe it won't get taken.
Boys, I want to give a quick shout out to all the ladies, all the wives, and all the gentlemen who don't like watching football. I'm going to go ahead here and snag in the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah, great pick. Great pick.
I hate the halftime show.
Yeah, but there's a whole lot of people that do.
I know.
Dude, this
Good
halftime
pick.
show is going to be insane, though.
It's a
On
good
the
pick.
replay.
It's a good pick, but you know what? You guys were talking about great plays in the Super Bowl, and I
I
feel
know
like
where you're going here.
I just have to take it just because you don't know where I'm going. But okay, I'm gonna go with Devin Hester's kick return.
What the fuck?
Sorry,
Yeah.
Dawson. Sorry, buddy.
Fuck you.
Is that the play you were talking about, LBS?
No, actually.
You're right about that, Shaner. I thought you were going somewhere else.
I know where you thought I was going.
I think
There we go.
I think that's the play I'm thinking of. So,
So listen,
It's on the list. I won't be. I won't
on my
lie.
third pick, I'm just gonna go with a player that hasn't been drafted yet that I can't believe hasn't been, and that's just beer.
fuck,
I
that's
mean,
so-
what's a
was
Super
gonna take
Bowl
it.
without beer?
I was gonna take it right then.
That's a
And I
great
thought
pick.
I thought I could slide with it.
You
Damn.
know what?
Bro,
Really-
I just thought of the biggest fucking sleeper, and if it gets taken, I'm gonna lose my mind.
I thought I could slide.
Oh
with
my
it.
god. I wish I took it with my last pick.
Brutal.
Listen, I'm gonna go with another play here. This is the play that I thought that Shane was talking about.
What's wrong with you? What do you have against me today?
What?
Why? Why are you doing this to me?
Doing what?
Taking my stuff.
Oh no, I don't know if you're gonna pick this because you don't like this team, but I'm going with the Philly special.
Oh,
Well, that's
Oh,
a great
wow.
pick.
not what I thought he was taking.
I thought you were going Mario.
Yeah, I thought he was taking Manningham.
I think the Philly
Also, it was
special
on the
was just
list,
way
and I
more
was taking it.
iconic.
If you didn't take Philly special right there, I was taking it.
Yeah, that was. I just think the as much as the Mario Manningham throw might have been the greatest throw in Super Bowl history, but the Philly special is probably the most iconic play.
Yeah.
That's not like within the last 2 minutes of the game. You know what I mean?
Well, just gonna sprint to the podium.
Don't say it,
before
Shane.
Matt decides to go ahead and take another one of my freaking picks. I'm just gonna take the Mario Manningham catch because I got to get it in there. Apparently, you guys are just stealing all my draft stuff, so it probably wouldn't have gotten back to me in the 5th round. Very happy to get it because, like Matt said, probably the grossest throw. He had to put it exactly where he put it, or else it was picked or it was going out of bounds. And I remember running up and down the halls when he caught that ball. So
Boys, speaking of running up to the podium, I'm thrilled this made its way back to me. And I can't believe I'm getting to take this in the 4th round. This is a 1st round caliber boy. And I'm going ahead and I'm taking Super Bowl commercials.
You see,
I have.
I would agree with you, but
But
feel
we
like I just
started
don't
getting
see them.
American commercials.
did we?
We did. We have 100%.
definitely not as many as we like.
Not as many, but even watching them on YouTube when you were a kid, like the week after when they'd get posted.
Dude, we used to have to do projects on them.
Dude, Super Bowl commercial.
I'm not gonna lie. I only had the old Doritos commercials on my pick because I thought they made the best Super Bowl commercials.
I think Jack Harlow's in a Doritos one this year.
I know they brought back.
Oh, so you're in it, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
man.
sorry guys.
they
I was
brought
trying to
back
get the whole
Breaking
boys
Bad
on.
deal.
No. Is it my turn?
It is,
Yeah.
buddy.
Do I have back to backs or no?
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Okay. Well, I'm surprised this I'm gonna take another play here. And I'm surprised it wasn't taken when everyone was talking about plays and stuff. I thought this one would be up there. And that's Santonio Holmes catch in the corner of the end zone. Like Shane was saying, crazy ball from the quarterback and an even better catch in the end zone.
That's
I-
a great pick.
Yeah, I think it's got to be up there again. Just given the context of everything as well as the catch itself. And this is my last pick of the draft, eh?
Yep.
Oh man, everything is off of my list here, so I'm gonna have to go off the dome. Trying to think of some foods here, and
Yeah, not a lot of food taken.
I know. Unfortunately, I think the big dogs come off the board. Wings,
Wings,
nachos.
nachos, and beer are definitely.
Throwback to when Matt put candy bowls on his top 5.
Oh, don't get me started.
Um,
Okay, Matt, we've grown up, we've matured. Would bowls of candy still be in your top 5 Super Bowl foods?
It wasn't in my top 5 favorite, like best tasting, whatever. It was just nostalgia thing because I would go to my neighbor's house and they would always have this crazy setup and there'd be candy bowls there. That's what I was trying to get across. But you guys would just fucking freak out every time I'd mention the word.
Oh man, yeah.
I think that was pre LBS's days on the podcast.
Yeah, that was with like Cam's Gator Powerade rant.
So funny.
Oh, fuck, dude. Where do I go? All right, this probably shouldn't have been taken, but it's a favorite, and that's that buffalo dip. I don't know, it's always there. It's always good. You can put it on a cracker, on a vegetable, on anything you fucking want, really, and it tastes amazing. So I'm gonna
Cracker
go
and
with the
vegetable wouldn't be my first two. I would say chip,
oh.
but
chip, whatever, Tostito.
there you go.
It's the same thing as a cracker, right? I think it's buffalo chicken dip, I believe is
Yeah,
what they call it.
yeah.
I'm gonna take him, versatile guy. I don't know.
Boy.
That's definitely an undrafted guy.
I definitely
Yeah.
agree, but the draft stock wasn't super high on a lot of people, so
Liam, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you didn't take your coach. I'm surprised.
yeah. I mean,
Oh fuck yeah.
I don't know. I didn't really view this draft that way. I'm viewing our top 5 a little more that way. But
Okay, fair enough.
yeah.
Fair
All right,
enough.
boys. So right now I have pretty much ways you would enjoy the Super Bowl. I don't really have anything play related. I'm going to jump in and grab a play here. One of the most exciting plays I've ever seen. That's going to be James Harrison's 100-yard pick.
That's on my list. That was the play from that Super Bowl that was on my list.
Yeah,
And then he said Santonio Holmes, and I was like, wow, I
yeah,
can't believe I didn't think of that.
yeah. I'm going with Jamesy here.
Yeah, that's a good play.
I have one thing that has absolutely no business being drafting right now, but I'm gonna take it because it's the reason I enjoy the Super Bowl every year. And that's not having to watch the Dallas Cowboys play in the Super Bowl.
What do I even write here? Cowboys suck?
Yes.
No Cowboys.
You can pretty much guarantee you're not watching the Cowboys. It's basically, yeah. I like that. It's a good pick.
Finish us off, Matt.
Okay. Have to have one thing from my precious Super Bowl on this
Oh my god.
Candy
on this
bowl.
list. I'm not gonna go with the Tracy Porter interception. I'm gonna go with the play and the gutsiest one of the gutsiest calls in Super Bowl history, and that's the onside kick to start the second half.
That was wild.
I mean, listen, the Saints couldn't do a goddamn thing in the first half. They got the ball, drove it down, and scored, and that completely changed the game. It's the reason why the Saints won. And I've loved Sean Payton ever since. What an absolutely fantastic call. And I just want to say, I am so excited about my team. My team is after the 4th pick is gonna make some serious noise in that league. Liam's team, we got the GOAT, the NBC Super Bowl challenge. He's got the Malcolm Butler interception, the Julian Edelman catch, the Santonio Holmes catch, and Buffalo chicken dip. Dawson's got the GOAT of foods, chicken wings. He's got Super Bowl betting, the halftime show, Super Bowl commercials, and James Harrison's interception return. Shaner's got the GOAT of the players, Tom Brady. He's got nachos, Devin Hester's return, Mario Manningham's catch, and the fact that the Cowboys are just never there. And at 4th pick, I got the greatest Super Bowl of all time, the greatest play in Super Bowl history, the best drink in Super Bowl beer, the Philly special, and the onside kick to start the second half. What a great draft. I mean, we've seen some great things in the Super Bowl, and this is just what makes the Super Bowl such a great day, man.
Boys, I put together my menu for Super Bowl. It's gonna be a fucking phenomenal time.
My menu is going to be provided by Costco.
I was super pumped with how my draft was going, and then I made probably the biggest panic pick in NBC history. So yeah, hey, it's the way she goes, man.
What was my third pick?
Can't win them all.
Your 3rd pick was the halftime show.
I'd just like to honorable mention one thing that was on my list that didn't get said. Also, Percy Harvin's kick return touchdown.
Love me some person.
Also, what's his name? The guy on the fucking Ravens.
Jacoby Jones.
Kobe Jones.
Kobe Jones. That guy, unreal. But hey, foreshadowing, because that game might be on your list. And we're going into top 5 Super Bowls that we've seen. So I'd say from about 2006, 2006,
A little earlier
Chicago.
for me.
Yeah, a little earlier.
I think my first Super Bowl was Seahawks Steelers.
Okay. The first one I saw was for sure Devin Hester's return, and I was like, wow, unreal. But yeah. Starting with number 5, I'm gonna go with Super Bowl 47, like I just said. The Ravens beating the Niners 34-31. The lights going out in New Orleans. Just an iconic Super Bowl. The fact that the Ravens were up so much and the Niners came back and just couldn't get it done. But fucking Joe Flacco was on one that year. Unbelievable. That was a great Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna have in my honorable mentions the lights going out at that Super Bowl. That was iconic.
Yeah.
My number 5. I don't know why I fucking did this. I wrote down the Roman numerals. I can't read Roman numerals. Super Bowl LII, Super Bowl Lee.
That's 52.
Yeah. I got Eagles and the Patriots, Philly special. Loved it. And you can never be sad when you see the Patriots go down.
Yeah, no, believe it or not, that Super Bowl is higher on my list, even though my team lost. That was probably entertainment wise, probably one of the better Super Bowls ever. But number 5, I also have Super Bowl 47. With the blackout. Yeah, the legend of Colin Kaepernick that year. I think it was Ray Lewis's last. Was it? Did he retire after?
Yep.
Big Beyonce performs the halftime show.
He does.
It's a pretty substantial Super Bowl that I've seen, and goes number 5 for me.
5, I got Super Bowl 49, the Malcolm Butler interception game. That was a great game. Came down to one of the last few plays in the game, and probably the craziest ending to the Super Bowl I think I've seen. Yeah. Outside, I guess, overtime when James White scored, but
Yeah.
I mean, listen, number 4, I'm just gonna piggyback off Shaner. I've got Super Bowl 49. Pats 28, Seahawks 24, Malcolm Butler interception. Unbelievable.
I got a number 4. Again, Super Bowl XLVI. Giants Patriots 2. That's the Mario Manningham. No. Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, Mario Man. Who was the guy that he caught it and then it didn't they lost? No, that was the Seahawks.
What?
No, that was the Seahawks. Never mind, I'm tripping. Who on the Seahawks?
Jermaine Curse.
Yes, made that catch and then they lost. But yeah, I got Eagles. Fuck, I'm all over the place. Giants, Patriots, the second matchup. Great Super Bowl.
out to lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Super Bowl 52 here, where obviously the Patriots lost, but what a crazy game. Brady throws for 500 yards.
Did he
Foles
really?
throws 505. Foles throws for almost 400. No one was playing defense this game. That's
Big Dick Nick.
Big Dick Nick came out. I mean, the Philly special. What a game, man. Like, if I wasn't a Patriots fan, the Super Bowl might have been, up top 1 if I was a fan of a shitty fucking team. So, like if I'm like a I don't know, a Texans fan or something, that's the best Super Bowl I've ever watched, to be honest.
I got 51 at 4. 28-3. Yeah, it was a great second half, but like it was just like a tale of like 2 halves. To me, that doesn't really equal that great of a game. As like, I get what the argument of people saying it's a great game.
You just watched 2 blowouts.
Yeah, literally. That's like what you watched. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
100%.
I get it.
that's why it's lower on my list than it probably is on most people's.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyways, number 3, I've got Super Bowl 42. That's the Giants beating the Pats 17-14. The Giants ruining the Pats 17-0 season. We saw the greatest play of all time in the Super Bowl, and not much else to say about that.
I got at number 3, probably should be number 1, but I got 2 nostalgias ahead of it. I got 51. Like Shane said, 2 blowouts. Patriots Falcons. Obviously, I'm somewhat joking, like it's the best Super Bowl of all time, but for me, I had to put some personal preferences ahead of it.
Fair enough. I have Super Bowl 43, which is the year the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Cardinals. I just thought that was a crazy game. The Santonio Holmes obviously is just like a iconic catch. Holmes and Fitz, I think, both went for like 130 apiece. And then you have a young Ben Roethlisberger beating out Kurt Warner, a Hall of Famer. So I think it's in context from when you think about the Super Bowls we've actually seen, it's got to be up there, in my opinion.
I'd agree.
Yeah, at 3, I have the Eagles Patriots game.
Yeah.
I think that's like the highest scoring Super Bowl ever. Like it was just back and forth watching. It's like LBS said, nobody played defense. It was like backyard football, crazy plays. Obviously the Philly special. Nobody saw that coming. Brady has the record for most passing yards in the Super Bowl from that game. Nick Foles, who came off a bench like 3 weeks before, threw for almost 400. It's like a crazy game when you think about it. Think about the circumstances.
Yeah.
Number 2, I'm going with Super Bowl 51. I don't care what anyone says, by far and away the greatest Super Bowl we've ever seen. Not much else to say about that. 28-3. It's just iconic.
So number 2, one of the crappier Super Bowls, but you guys know I'm a Colts fan and I love Peyton Manning. So I'm going Super Bowl 50, Broncos Panthers. Peyton gets his second ring.
What was the final score of that game?
It was fucking ugly.
Yeah.
It was like fucking, what was it, like 43?
10.
8 or some weird score. They had a
It was
weird
like
was it?
43-8 or something.
Oh, it wasn't. It was like 24-10.
Yeah, it was, no, the one where they got blown out was when
Was-
the Broncos got blown out by the Seahawks.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. This one's the one where Cam didn't jump on the ball.
Respect my boy Cam
Right.
Newton.
Yeah.
I knew you were gonna bring that up. You're a bitch, Dawson.
But yeah.
Oh
Peyton
yeah.
got his second ring.
Yeah, I'm going Super Bowl 49. Obviously, the Malcolm Butler pick. We've talked about it already a lot. So, just making a play like that to win a game, I think, obviously, just like I said, it makes things iconic. It makes things nostalgic, and for that reason, it's my number 2.
My 2, Super Bowl 42. Greatest play ever. David Tyree's the man. Nobody would know who he is if he didn't catch that ball. But just ending the season, the way they did, ending the Patriots season the way it did, Super Bowl number 1 for my team in my life. So it's number 2.
All right. And number 1, I have the Pats beating the Rams 13-3. I mean, what a great game that was. No, I'm just fucking with you. That was probably the worst Super Bowl
Dude,
I've
that
ever
was the
seen.
worst. That was not only was that the worst Super Bowl, that was the worst experience in my life.
Dude.
I was in Paris and I stayed up until fucking 3 a.m. to watch a 13-3 game.
Yeah, not only that, I was still fucking butthurt from the NFC Championship.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, my number 1, obviously, Saints beating the Colts 31-17. Super Bowl 44. You have the onside kick. You have Tracy Porter interception. 2 of the greatest plays in Saints history. Obviously, be my number 1.
Super Bowl 41. Colts beat the Bears. And it was obviously the first and only time I've seen my team win a Super Bowl. It was actually a good game, right? You see the Bears come out the way they did. Devin Hester returned that kick. And you just see Peyton and all his greatness rally the troops and bring the boys back after what was a brutal start. But yeah, had to be my number 1, my boys. I don't know when we'll be back or if we'll be back, but embrace it while I can.
Yeah, I have another like no choice number 1, and that has to be the 28-3 comeback in Super Bowl 51. Just an insane turn of events. The only Super Bowl to go to overtime ever, I believe. So that's pretty cool as well.
Not only that, but LBS and Craig Campbell sharing one of the biggest hugs I've ever seen in my life after that game.
Yeah, man. What a game. What a night. What a night.
No surprise to anybody, my number 1, Super Bowl 46. Just the reason it's higher than 42, I was just a little bit older. Just kind of meant a little bit more to me seeing that happen. Mario Manningham. Once again, nobody had the Giants winning that game, so bring on the Patriots again.
Yeah, fuck
God,
the-
I love it. I love
it
it.
so much.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's end this episode, the Super Bowl special, with our lock of the week in terms of betting. I hope you guys picked the Super Bowl lock. I went with the Kelsey over receptions prop last time. I'm gonna go not to be the same. I'm gonna go with Kelsey, but with his over yards. I think if they have any chance of winning this game, they're gonna have to rely on this guy and they're gonna throw him the ball all the way. And a 50-50 chance. I'm going with tails for the coin toss. Tails never fails, baby.
You say that, but it's literally been heads the last 2 Super Bowls.
Hey, the only time I actually put money on it was against you, and it was tails. So
I'm going easy lock here. I'm going Travis Kelsey anytime touchdown scorer. Patty's gonna find him, right? Like we said, they're banged up. He's gonna look for Travis, especially in the red zone. He's gonna get a touchdown. I have no doubt about it. But I don't know if you guys saw this, but another little sneaky thing, a little in play bet. The team who's won the coin toss has lost like 11 straight Super Bowls.
Wow.
Like nuts. But yeah,
yeah, that's nuts.
Travis Kelsey.
Obviously I'm not gonna call this a lock, but I'm going with it anyways. I've liked it a lot. I think he scored. He's on a little streak he's got going, and that's Devontae Smith anytime touchdown scorer.
Ooh, that's gotta have some juice to it.
Yeah, 165, not bad. I don't know.
It's time, boys.
I like it.
It's time.
Frank Clark, Super Bowl MVP.
Frank Clark, Super Bowl MVP. Lock it
Lock
in.
it in.
One, I'm gonna give you 2 actually. I mean, if you want to lock in Frank Clark, go ahead. I will be, and because it's just my goat. But the first one I'm gonna give you AJ Brown over yards over 71.5. I think that's just, like I said, a lock. That the Chiefs are not gonna. They don't really have physical corners. AJ Brown's just gonna body everybody. Probably puts up like 125. So over 71, I think, is free. And one I saw that you could bet on. I don't know where. I don't think you can bet on it in Canada, but if you can, I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna hammer it. Over 120,000 beers sold in the stadium.
Way over.
It averages out to like a little less than 2 beers a person. And I know there's like kids and everything, but like there's gonna be some guy that hawks down like 20 by
100%.
himself.
Yeah.
So I think that's a free over.
If you get like 50 guys that do that, like you're
Yeah,
you're covering all the kids that are there,
literally.
Also,
Well,
here's your opportunity to bet on if there's gonna be a streaker in the game, because Shaner already told us he's flying Arizona.
Yeah. Told the boys. Hammer it.
The book that has it.
The books.
Anyways.
Books are gonna fold after Super Bowl.
Anyways, that does it for the Nothing But Controversy Super Bowl special. What an absolutely brilliant episode. All I'm going to need you guys to do is go enter our Super Bowl challenge. It's only $10, man. It's only $10. You can win over 500. Are you kidding me?
Over 1,000.
Let's get it to over 1,000. Let's make this the greatest Super Bowl challenge of all time. And if you go
Frank
enter,
Clark win Super Bowl MVP. I'll buy someone a jersey who likes this video.
Ooh.
you heard it here first. Now, Shaner, end us off here with a little peck.
Frank the Tank.